Now we can see the effects of source inductance. First we can see the effects in single phase full converter, then we can see the effects in three phase full converter. So this is the single phase full converter. Already we know the operation of this full converter. Two thyristor pairs, otherwise four thyristors are here. Here when the thyristors T1 and T2 are triggered, then T3 and T4 will be commutated. Okay, so whenever a new thyristor is fired, at that time the current in the outgoing thyristor will be transferred to the incoming thyristors. Okay, what are the outgoing thyristors and what are the incoming thyristors? Here, for example, if I trigger this T1, T2 at alpha, this T3, T4 will be commutated. Okay, that means this commutating thyristors T3 and T4 are outgoing thyristors, and T1, T2 which are newly triggered are called incoming thyristors. Okay, so this current through the outgoing thyristor is transferred to this incoming thyristor. It is possible only when the source inductance is 0. But in practical case, it is not possible. Okay, in practical case, there will be source inductance, internal source inductance. So because of this source inductance, what will happen? Okay, let me explain using this waveform which you know already. Okay, this is the supply voltage waveform. So when we give the supply during the positive off cycle, let us consider the current flow through the thyristor T1 and T2 is I1. Okay, during the positive off cycle, the current will flow through the thyristor T1, and when it is triggered, okay, both thyristors are triggered, so the current will flow through the thyristor T1, load T2, and the negative side. Okay, that is neutral. So this current is I1. Let us consider this current is I1. So this is here. Okay, it is shown here. Here we are going to trigger this T1 and T2. Okay, at this period, that is at omega t is equal to alpha, we are triggering the thyristors T1 and T2. Okay, so at this time when we trigger T1 and T2, already conducting thyristors, that is outgoing thyristors are T3 and T4, will not be commutated all of a sudden. Okay, so it will take some time for their commutation. For example, the T3 and T4 will not be commutated even though the T1, T2 are triggered here at this point. Okay, so at this point, all the thyristors, that is T1, T2, T3, T4, all thyristors will be in conduction. Okay, so this period is called overlap angle or commutation angle. Okay, so let me explain by using this wave. That is, we have considered the current through T1 and T2. Okay, this is the equivalent circuit. So the current through T1 and T2 is I1, and current through T3 and T4 is I2. So now we are triggering this T1 and T2. That is, due to this inductance, source inductance effect, it will gradually increase. See here, this I1 is gradually increasing, and the current through T3, T4, okay, which are commutated now. So this current will not immediately reduce. Okay, it will also reduce gradually. So there is a current rise in gradual manner, and current which is reduced in a gradual manner. That's why in this period all the four thyristors are in conduction mode. Okay, after that, at this period, that is at pi plus alpha, again we are going to trigger the thyristors T3 and T4. Okay, so now these are the incoming thyristors, and T1, T2 are outgoing thyristors. Okay, because they will be commutated and they will be coming into the conduction mode. So now here we are triggering the thyristors T3 and T4. Okay, the already conducting thyristors, that is T1 and T2, will not be commutated immediately. So it will take time. So it will take some time to be commutated. Okay, this period. So at this period, all the 4 thyristors, that is T1, T2, which were conducting already, and T3, T4, that is incoming thyristor. Okay, this is outgoing thyristors, and these are incoming thyristors. So all the 4 will be in the conduction mode at this period. Okay, here since T3 and T4 are triggered, the current flow through T3 and T4 is I2. I2 will be increasing gradually, and the commutated thyristors, it is T1, T2. Okay, the current flow through T1, T2 will be reducing gradually. Okay, so this period is also called overlap period or commutation angle. Overlap angle or commutation angle. Okay, this is the effect of source inductance. Okay, so in the same way we can see in 3-phase full converter also. This circuit already we know, the operation also already we know. Let me explain this effect by using this waveform. So at this point I am going to trigger this thyristor T1. Okay, now T1 is the incoming thyristor, and this is a T5 which is already conducting. Okay, so at this point newly triggered thyristor is T1, the already conducting thyristor is T5. Okay, so at this period, okay, T5 is the outgoing thyristor and T1 is the incoming thyristor. So at this period, this T5 will not be commutated immediately. So it will take some time for its commutation. Okay, so see here, this T5, though it is commutated here, it takes time. It takes some time for its commutation. Okay, so already T1 is triggered at this point, and T5 also in conduction only. Okay, not yet commutated. That is, it takes some time. So this period is called overlap angle. Okay, it is denoted by using this waveform. See here, this is the current flow through the thyristor T5. This is the current flow through thyristor T1. So current T1 is triggered. So I1 current is rising, and T5 has been commutated. So it takes time. It takes some time for its commutation. That is, the current is reducing. Okay, this period is called commutation angle or overlap angle, which is denoted by mu. Then after that, now T1 is conducting at this period. Now again T3 is triggered. So when now the T1 is outgoing thyristor, T3 is incoming thyristor. So here also the T1 will not be commutated immediately. So this T1 will take some time for its commutation. At that time T3 has been triggered. So at this duration, both T1 and T3 will be in conduction mode. This is also called overlap angle. Okay, so here see this is I1, that is thyristor 1 current, which is commutated, that is, which is reducing. Then current through the thyristor T3 is increasing, since we have triggered newly. Okay, this period is trigger angle. Like this, for all period we can take. Okay, one outgoing thyristor. Okay, whenever thyristor is outgoing, that current will be transferred to the incoming thyristor. Okay, but it will take some time for its commutation. Okay, so this is for positive arm. This is for negative arm. Here also the same case. So the T6 is outgoing thyristor and T2 is incoming thyristor. So this is the period where both T6 and T2 will be in conduction mode. Like that, here T2 is outgoing thyristor and T4 is incoming thyristor. This is the duration where T2 and T4 will be in conduction mode. Okay, the same thing has been drawn here. Okay, for this T6 and T2. That means T6 is commutated. So the I6 is reducing and T2 is triggered. So I2 current is increasing. This is the overlap angle. Okay, like this we can draw. So this is the effect of source inductance. Okay, that is internal impedance or source inductance. The effects of source inductance can be summarized like this. That is, it lowers the mean output voltage. Okay, because of this source inductance, the mean output voltage is getting reduced. Then it distorts the output voltage and current waveforms. Because of this source inductance, the output voltage and current waveforms are distorted. Okay, distorted waveform we will get. Then it modifies the performance of the converter. Since the waveform distortion is existing, okay, the performance of the converter is also modified. Okay, so these are the effects of source inductance. Thank you.